Hello everyone and welcome into the Digi Lounge, where we talk all things Digimon, from laid-back retrospectives to games to cards and everything in between. If you're a fellow fan of the digital universe, thanks for clicking and consider subscribing. And with the intro out of the way, let's get started.
Alright, we are back, and this episode is a fun one. Not just because we get our third champion digivolution of the series, but because this is really the first time the show slows down and says, hey, let's actually get to know Izzy a little better. We also get a cyborg that can shoot missiles in the funniest way possible, so let's get into it. Now we open with the kids still trekking through the digital world, and Izzy's got his laptop out messing around with it as he does. And this is where we get one of those small moments that work so well. Ty messing with Izzy's laptop like he knows what he's doing, giving it that classic smack the electronic until they work treatment. It's such a Ty thing to do. But what I like is that he's not malicious about it. He's just a knucklehead who thinks brute force fixes everything. Again, that's Ty. And what I like about this whole exchange is that even though there's some light ribbing at Izzy's expense, the show doesn't lean into the picked-on nerd trope. Yeah, there are jabs, but it reads more like normal kid dynamics more than anything else. It's not mean-spirited. And hey, boys will be boys after all, right? Now from there, the group stumbles onto something completely different from what we've seen so far in the series. A random factory, seemingly running on its own with nobody around. And I think that's a really smart move for Episode 5, because in Episode 4, we talked about how the group found a tiny village of Digimon, something small but world-building. And we've gone from that small village to jumping into this massive, humming, empty factory, and immediately raises questions. Who's running this thing? Why is it making stuff nobody's collecting? It's a great little mystery hook, and it does a lot to make the digital world feel bigger and stranger episode by episode. Now once you're in there, the group splits up here. Matt, Mimi, and TK watch the assembly line for a while, and honestly, that's the slower part of the episode. But Ty, Sora, and Joe find something way more interesting. A robotic-looking figure trapped in gears, and they work to free him, and that's when we meet Andromon. And can we talk about Andromon's design for a second? Because this is the first time the show gives us a Digimon that's a genuine machine-organic hybrid. Sure, maybe you could say Tentomon has that look, but this design hits different. Every Digimon before this has leaned to be inspired by dinosaurs, bugs, wolves, birds, recognizable creature shapes. Andromon looks like a pure cyborg. It's a totally different visual language for the show, and it stands out because of that. Then you add the fact that he's got one of those bad black ears jammed in him, and suddenly, this rescue doesn't feel like a rescue anymore. Things go haywire the second they free him, and that unsettling vibe carries through the whole back half of the episode. Meanwhile, Izzy, who has separated himself from the rest of the group, is over on the other side of the factory, when him and Tentomon find a strange room covered wall-to-wall with symbols and data. And this is genuinely one of my favorite little scenes in the episode. Izzy and Tentomon in there trying to decode what all this stuff means, and it's the kind of scene these two were made for. It's not an action scene, it's not a joke scene, it's just two intellectuals nerding out over a puzzle together. And it also does something important. It shows us Tentomon isn't just comic relief, he can actually keep up with Izzy on this stuff. Their dynamic as two curious minds bouncing ideas off each other is honestly so fun to see here. And then, right in the middle of all this, the show drops in a scene that hits way harder than you'd expect from a family show. We get a quick flashback of young Izzy overhearing his parents talking, and it's revealed that he's adopted, and they're debating whether to tell him. It's brief, it's quiet, there's no dramatic music sting or big emotional confrontation, but it's laying groundwork that's going to matter a lot for Izzy's character down the line. And the fact that they slip it in here, in an episode that's just about a factory and a robot, is honestly clever. It doesn't derail the episode, but it plants a seed for Izzy's story down the line. As the episode goes on, Andromon is now stalking the kids like a monster in a slasher film, following them in this bizarre factory with seemingly no way to escape him. Eventually, everyone is reunited, and this is where the episode kicks into high gear. Agumon and Gabumon digivolve into Greymon and Kabuterimon, and even for two champion Digimon, that's not enough. Andromon just tosses them around. It's a real, oh crap, this guy's actually dangerous moment. And it's such a good way to tell that champion-level digivolving isn't an auto-win anymore. That's when Izzy has his time to shine. Using his mind and his tech, Tentomon digivolves for the first time into Kabuterimon, and I really like how this is framed. It's not some random power spike due to the danger itself. It's tied directly to Izzy's intelligence and his laptop. And of all the kids, it makes total sense that the one who gets there through research and code cracking is Izzy. Kabuterimon finishes the fight by knocking the black gear loose from Andromon's leg, and just like that, he's back to his calm, docile self, even leading the kids out through a tunnel afterwards. So by the end of the episode, you've got 3 digivolutions in one fight, a new and unsettling design in Andromon, a genuine mystery around a factory, and a surprisingly heavy piece of Izzy's backstory dropped in. Oh, and Ty, he still thinks smacking that computer will fix things. That's a lot packed into 20 minutes, and it all flows pretty naturally instead of feeling crammed. That's episode 5, everyone. Thanks for rewatching it with me. Let me know down in the comments what you thought, because all this, these are just my feelings. I'll see you in the next video.